You're back on offense. He got caught on the user and he recovered great, but you still almost had this. You should have had it.
On the run.
On the run, man. On the run, Juice. It shouldn't be on the run. What's going on, Maverick fam? It's your boy Mav, Juice in the building, and welcome to another episode of Coach Mav. This ninja shouldn't even be standing here right now.
I'm sitting.
Sick of this ninja losing.
I'm sitting.
You got an attitude already.
I'm just saying.
You got an attitude
I'm just
already.
saying, man.
Bet. I hope he loses.
Why?
This is for you guys. Hopefully you guys get something out of this. This ninja can keep getting whooped on YouTube and feeling bad about himself.
Is that serious?
Ninja, you already being mean to me.
You started it.
I'm the coach. I'm supposed to be mean.
Okay.
You don't have no right to be mean to me.
Right.
I'm pissed off.
But
you don't do what I tell you to do. What right do you have to disrespect me?
Maybe. You know what it is why I be losing?
Why?
Because in the middle of the game, I can see you.
I be mad too. I be straight black girl.
In my
smacking my
head,
teeth.
I'm like, crap. Crap, what am I doing wrong? And it just throw me off, man. So I blame you.
Well, here it is. We're going to go over all of that in this episode. We kind of switched this episode up. I try to address it however he may need addressing in that moment. We switched up the format last episode. We're going to switch it up again. I don't know that any of the formats are going to be a consistent format. It's kind of like, I'm a handyman. Whatever tools need to be brought to the job, I'm going to switch it up. And this one is going to be review. We're going to go over some film. We're going to watch the last game that Juice had where he lost. I've already chopped it up and got all the plays in here. This won't take very long. And just even when I was doing that, this was such a winnable game. It's going to be crazy. If you're Team Juice, this is going to be so encouraging. Hopefully it does the same for him. He could have easily won this game. He could have shut Trent out. But we're going to see the silly mistakes that he made, show him how to correct them. So we'll go from film and then we'll switch over to practice mode for a second, show you how to stop the stuff that I'm going to show him to stop in practice mode, and then we might jump back into film. And I hope you guys get something out of this. So there won't be any gameplay outside of practice mode, but this should be pretty educational for you guys that want to get a little bit better, or this is a good centerpiece, as far as the MUT Wars storyline, because you kind of get to see what's going on behind the scenes and hopefully how Juice comes up with a dub this week. All right, so we're going to start this off. This is the most recent game that Juice had against Trent. Trent is in the snowflake blue whatever uniforms. Juice is here in the Bills unis. First off, you see where the hole is, right?
Yeah. I'm
not going to try and break you down. I miss holes all the time when running, but this is something you should take note of. Do you hold sprint as soon as you get the ball?
I do.
Big mistake. That's one thing. When you guys are holding sprint, your guy's not as mobile. So you might have some guys like super agile and you're like, I don't ever see it. You have to let go of sprint. He could have easily hit that hole. Now there's someone we're gonna see is gonna kind of come up and possibly fill it, but we're looking at either a short gain or a gain of nothing instead of him not even getting back to the line of scrimmage. So make sure when you're running the ball, let go of sprint until you at least get to like the line of scrimmage or you see a clear hole that you want to hit. Then you can hit turbo. Oh, now this one, second down, Trent's on the users. You got lucky. You see you had, I'm not even sure who that is. Is that Decker?
Yeah. Trailing.
Again, sometimes it just helps to see your games again. And I know when Juice is editing, sometimes he's in editing mode and he doesn't really get to lock in like he should. He ran the same play again, though. I like what he's doing in a lot of these clips. Your read should always be go for the short read. If it's there, take it. And then if it's not there, then you move down the field and look at your other reads. A lot of times, you guys might be looking, I'm guilty of this sometimes too. You look for your money route first, and then by the time you realize it's not there, you had one or two shallow routes that were open and now they're not open. You end up taking the sack. And in Juice's case, you'll most likely fumble and give up points. So he hits the drag right there to Decker. Money. It would have been there last time, but Trent was using it. Oh, your pick. What were you thinking on this? Let me hear that from you.
He didn't break on his route. So I tried to throw it like as soon as he went on his the outpost on the C route, because it's like boom, boom, boom.
So it was bad timing. You didn't get it placed where you wanted. It still wasn't even the look you wanted. Now here's the thing. If you were doing what I told you though, the progression, which I've told you before, Boom. Throw to R1. Throw to R1. We
Yeah.
done. That's a first down.
Yeah.
And then, like, what you were thinking isn't bad. You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're doing. You don't want to do this, though, if the defender hasn't turned their hips yet. So he's still looking at you. It's an easy break for him.
Yeah.
The window was kind of sort of there. He might have got there eventually if you would have waited, but that's not the throw. Simple rules. Simple rules win games of Madden. If this, then that. So remember that, guys. Simple rules wins. I said it's stupid the first time. Simple rules wins. Simple rules win
This is my
games
coach,
of Madden. Simple rules wins games of Madden. Simple rules wins games of Madden.
Win games of Madden.
No, I think it's wins.
It's win.
Simple rules wins.
Simple rules win games of Madden.
Simple rules win games of Madden. Yes.
Yeah.
Simple rules win
You had
games.
it.
Wait, don't both work? Simple rules win games of Madden. Simple rules wins games of Madden.
I don't think wins is a thing. Well, not like in
It like rock paper rock wins against
like multiple wins. Yeah.
no rock wins against scissors and rock paper
But
scissors.
the way you're saying it, you would say rock would win.
Yeah,
like
rock
you said.
wins.
I don't know, man.
So if your mama like, which one wins? Juice, rock wins. You don't be like rock would win. But
That's
rock wins.
proper game. Proper
Ninja,
game.
we not prop. I'm just trying to sound right. Not in a proper way though.
Yeah. So simple rules win games.
Simple rules win games of Madden. Simple rules wins games of Madden.
Jeez.
Yes. You should like that, Mr.
Oh, okay. See.
Anyway, all right. Look at you. You're getting distracted, Juice.
I'm a-
You need to focus on this so you can wins.
Set a world record.
Wins. You need to win or wins. You should be taking however you want, Juice. With an S, a Z, a Q, as long as it got win in it. You over here being particular, Juice. You should take any win, however it's spelled.
You right.
All right.
You right.
So
You right.
simple rules, and we're gonna go over some more simple rules. But in the past game, start short, work your way up. Juice should have hit bow and it would have been good. Now he's on defense, obviously, because through the pick, Trent killed him with this screen, and me doing all that was definitely in full effect because I was like, Ninja, why? So there he actually throws to the screen, but you'll see throughout the game he mixes it in. That was a back-to-back screen. This time he threw it to the flat route, and this is so easy to stop. And here's the thing. Juice knew how to stop it. He knew how to stop it going into the game. He actually does it, I think, at like 1 point, but yeah, it was frustrating. And the second thing that Juice was really getting worked with was this same post route over the field. Had he stopped the post route and the flat in the screen, I honestly don't think Trent scores this game. If he does, he might have 3, because that was mainly what was killing Juice. A flat route. Again, Juice knows how to defend that. We'll show you here in a second. Run D wasn't bad there. Another flat route. It's killing him. Here's the screen. All right. Juice is not playing this like I would like him to, but he's in the vicinity, and Trent goes to the flats. Like as we play this, you're going to be like, dang, I didn't even realize Trent did that so much. Run D, not horrible. Now, I left this in here right here. Look what you're doing. Let me see if you notice what you do wrong here. What'd you do?
I picked my play too early.
Yes. There's no reason, especially if Madden's going to give you the heads up on what your opponent's doing. Madden will tell you, hey, they got, this many wide receivers, this many halfbacks. And that's how you pick up on their tendencies. Let's rewind a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, he picked his play, so it's not going to pop up. And that's how you start to realize what your opponent's doing. If they always come out in 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, however many tight ends, and then it's a certain formation, then you start to narrow down. Okay, within this formation, they like to do this play. They like to go to this side of the field with this play. And you always got to see that, especially in a goal line situation. You can see whether you might need to come out in a goal line or a 4-3 instead of his nickel. No matter what the situation, I don't think he should have been in nickel right here. And then just typically whatever formation you're in, here's how I like to set up my goal line defense. I know this is just the almighty rule. You guys feel free to share your goal line defense, but I like to have my line and I like to pinch them in. So you know how to pinch your line and then crash them down. So they should be in and they're pinching. That's going to help with the fullback dives. People love them some dives. If you're in goal line, I come out in like goal line C. That'll help prevent the sneak. You guys seen it in a recent video. Your boy got some sneak D. That's how I do it. And then I'll have my linebackers on the second level, usually in the middle too. I won't pinch them. It just depends on my opponent's tendencies. But if it's the first time they're doing it, I'll leave them where they're at. But I'll drag cornerbacks way to the outside. So you're already set up there. And sometimes you just come out in goal line, make sure you're pressed, pinch the line in, and you're good. There might, depending on the formation, you might have a cornerback creep in. You can drag them back out, but then you're good. And so what you'll have there is all those bodies in the middle. Should they do a dive or whether it's from the fullback or the halfback, you got those bodies in the middle. And then you have people on the outside that can block shed or turn a toss back inside. So they do a toss, you can have a cornerback that's out there and he pushes them back to the inside to where you have more people, or you can, maybe get a block shed and he makes a stop. So if for some reason, I probably would have called a timeout here. You're going to see this works out for you, but it shouldn't have. But, if you get caught in the defense, you don't want to burn a timeout, at least crash your guys in. I would have pressed to get these corners up and then bring this safety up top and then you can user him. You know what I mean? So X him out, bring him up top and you're usering him. Yeah. If it's down the middle, you crash. If it's a toss, then you're out there. It sets you up just for a better chance of success. But Trent was mixing things up more than he had to. Your users were good there. Would have been cool if you could get a sack fumble. Yeah. But, he tried to pass 2 downs in a row. You actually got some pressure in there. Not bad. You hold him to 3. Cool. You're back on offense. Simple rules win games. Wins. Simple rules wins. Simple rules. There you go. You went over the middle. Now, and let's go back. And of course, the simple rules concept doesn't sound good when it actually works when you go deep. But if you have these simple rules, it's going to keep you out of trouble. All right. So you could have got that. I don't know if he's in a soft squat or a cloud flat. He was probably going to come up over there and make the tackle over here. But you pick up 3-4. Yeah. And you move the chains. You decide to not do that. And you go deep, which isn't horrible because, you got the big chunk of yards. But it's that one time you go deep and you take the sack or you take the fumble where it's all not worth it. Mixing in the fullback dive. I love this. Witten's running hard. We probably have Juice switch in his an actual halfback. I can show you guys how to do that too. When he's running this Arizona scheme, just to have a better runner at that position. You mixed in a screen. I was proud. You don't do this enough. And hopefully this gives you confidence to do it more because it actually works for you. Simple rules. Simple rules. See, as a coach, I just gotta. Yeah. But that's not what I want. I want simple rules. And you're knocking on the door right here. Got Dorsett fighting for you. And this is what I didn't like. The toss. You ran the toss. I think because you ran it the previous play, right? I think here you ran it. Here you ran the toss and you're like, it worked for me. Cool. So you thought to go back. I don't ever just come out in the toss. I come out in the toss when they've showed me they're tossable. Pause that. They got to be tossable before you toss them. Now, here you had a fullback dive. Fullback dive. You've gotten away from your fullback dive. That used to eat off of that. Yeah. I remember specifically being worried about how do I get Trent to stop your fullback dive. You haven't done it. Here's a great fullback dive situation. The reason you don't want to do the toss is look at these bodies out here. Yeah. Too many bodies. So once you run the fullback dive and then they start pinching like I told you, you got people with it. It doesn't always have to be like this, but it's a good rule of thumb. You want the guys inside of your tight end. So you want all the bodies to be inside here. The more people you have outside of your tight ends, the easier they can block shed to the outside. So let's say you had 2 tight ends and you had a body here, then cool. You want everybody inside of the tight end just to help you get out there. Now, if there is one cornerback out there, it's a dice roll. Sometimes he'll get picked up, whether it was by a lead block or you got a wide receiver out there. But still, typically, I won't do it. I'll at least try a dive first. So I think that's what you should have done here. You went with the toss, and as you see, get stuffed in the backfield. So 2 tosses in a row that didn't work on 3rd down. This was a good call. We'll go over this too. We're actually about to hop into practice mode, but this was a great call. Only thing is you did what I showed you. You did the high point, right? Mm-hmm. You didn't have to.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only thing. It's such a good idea. You just didn't have to, and because of that, you get a that's such a stupid. I feel bad for you. Like, leave it to you to get that
God,
throw still. Like, yeah, that was bad. What kind of catch did you try to do on that?
I did.
Okay. All right. We'll finish this half and then we'll go into practice mode. Trent's back to running the screen, still killing Juice with the flat. You're probably like the cover 2 buster or something right there. Same plays. Like, Trent's not mixing it up. Better users there. Juice gets the sack, fumble, doesn't recover. Again, just when Juice has something good go for him, same thing kills him. So just as you're watching this, imagine Juice took away the post and the flats.
Yeah.
How does Trent move the ball?
And what's catching me is I hold my straight, but like on that last one, you watch my user. The reason I couldn't get back there is because I'm strafing.
You're holding it too long.
Yeah.
You need to know when to let go of the straight. Okay. And here too, I think, and we're gonna see throughout the game, I think Juice is looking at the wrong like identifier to try and decide what play Trent's doing. I feel like you're looking at this receiver, and I'm gonna tell you why. Do you know consciously what you're looking at? All right, I think you should be maybe looking at the halfback, and I don't know exactly how I do it. I would have to pay attention when I play next time, but I feel like I just kind of look at a snapshot of the play. I'm kind of zoomed out with my eyes, and I see everything that's going on. But for you to start, maybe it makes sense to watch the halfback, because on this play, he goes to the flat every time. He runs the screen in this. Yeah. You know, like, if he runs out there, all right, he's not in screen formation, bet. I'm playing this. And then you know how to do cloud flats and everything to stop the corner routes and whatnot. Your run defense was fine when you wanted to run out of it. Same play, boom. And I don't know if you're playing the halfback, like you're maybe waiting for the screen, or you're expecting the screen, because see how you know. But if you played, let's say you play your cover 2, you got a flat route or a flat zone is going to deal with that. You just take the middle. What you do here, boom. You know how to do cloud flats to stop that. So again, I think you're fine there. You held him to 3. So at half, Juice is down 3. Trent's got 6. Let's hop into practice mode. We'll show you how you stop flat routes and the high point pass that Juice was trying to do. So we're loading up practice mode right now. I prefer to practice with 2 controllers. It just gives you way more control. If you're on offense, you can set up against blitzes sometimes, or you can just, any situation you want specifically, you can set up against. And if you're on defense practicing blitzes, it's really hard to do it against the offense, because the computer is going to automatically snap very quickly, and you won't be able to set blitzes up. One thing I have heard of people doing, if they only have 1 controller and they want to practice blitz setups, is pick a play that has an auto motion on offense. So, the guy has to run over and then it snaps. That'll give you a little bit more time to set up blitzes. But even if you're by yourself, you want to have 2 controllers. If you're trying to play Madden at a high level, there's no reason you shouldn't have 2 controllers. So, Juice, you come out in the split close and come out in the screen that Trent was running. So, Juice was running either the Tampa 2 or the nickel blitz 2 most of the game. We'll just start off in the Tampa 2. So, as you see, my guys are in cloud flats right now. So, run the screen and then throw to the flat, like Trent was doing. So he was getting R1 right there. That's pretty much what yours looked like, because you were leaving them on cloud flats. Now, all you have to do to stop that is 2 buttons. You hit triangle, it'll bring up your coverage, and then you hit down on the right stick to change your coverage to underneath. So now we'll see that those cloud flats turned into hard flats. So now throw it, Juice. So now when he goes to throw to R1, I have my guy in position. Now, you'll get weird animations, stuff will happen. The name of the game in Madden is to put your people in position and hope EA don't screw you. But at least there we got our guys in position. Now there's more things you can do. You can, he could press and then, shade underneath, have the hard flats go ahead. But it's just putting the hard flat out there. You know what I mean? That's locked up. Trent can't do that no more. And you'll see at one point Juice does that. Now hit square and then audible to L1. Now the mind game that Juice was obviously trying to play here is that now we have the cloud flats up, right, by stop. Now run this how you're supposed to. So pull up the play, streak circle, play art. So this is how Trent and Juice like to run halfback. What's it called? Close halfback wheel. Yeah. This is a good play. It's a really good play. You have the quick read to the flat. This is what Juice was hitting. You got square over the middle. Post routes are some of the best routes in the game. And then you got a corner route. So try and throw to the corner route. So if the cloud flats, we went over this in the last Coach Mav, the cloud flats are going to play those corners a lot better. You see they're in position. Now if I do a hard flat, the corner route is going to be wide open though when I do the hard flat. You see, because that zone came up and played the flats hard. And so there is a mind game there. So there's different things that Juice can do. I mean, what he can do is he can leave the cloud flat up and then come to this hook and then put Mills in a hard flat. So he has a cloud flat and a hard flat. You can't really tell because they're, let me put Carroll in a spy just so you can see it. Anytime you hot route someone and put them in a flat zone is going to be a hard flat zone. So if you already have cloud flats called, then the next, so I'll have a cloud flat and a hard flat on that same side. That'll lock it up. Let's say for some reason this was already a hard flat on the right. I can shade up to make it a cloud flat and then put Mills in a hard flat. So I have a hard flat, cloud flat combination. Now make sure you audible to the wheel and then run it. And then now when we go to run it, you got a hard flat and a cloud flat. Hope you guys saw that. So it's just little quick adjustments. And speaking of quick adjustments, what you can do, if you double tap L1, it allows you to do adjustments to your linemen. Double tap R1. This is RB on Xbox. You get to do your linebackers. And if you double tap triangle, you can do adjustments to your secondary. So Juice doesn't actually have to go over to these players to do these adjustments. If he wants to do exactly what we said, he already has a cloud flat up. He can double tap triangle, hit L1, and then hit left on the D-pad to put him in a hard flat. So now that play is locked. I mean, could Trent throw to the streak? Yeah, go ahead and hike it. I mean, I like our chances, but Juice already usering over the middle. I mean, we got X there, you know what I mean? Teabag. You know what I mean? But you got guys in position. I probably should have tried to pick. I should have tried to squat. But you got guys in position. If you're worried, I mean, you could double tap X and then man up circle. But I like how Juice is set up here. If Juice has, you know, let's reset the play and then maybe just put L1 in a hard flat so that the right side is locked and Juice uses the middle. I like that. We have a cloud flat over here to stop the route to Johnson. So just snap this and then we'll let the sack happen. All right. And then we'll go into instant replay. And I don't want Juice to hang on to these because Trent might switch things up, but I just want him and you guys to have an overall understanding of how to stop certain stuff. So I mean, let's look at all these routes. Like if we go to throw here, he can't. We have the hard flat. He goes to throw here. I mean, could we get a weird animation? Yeah, but I think we're set up some of the best we can. We've got a cloud flat there. Yeah. The hook zone actually ran with the streak here, so it stopped that. I'm usering over the middle. You can't throw that. Might be a different story if Juice is using, but and then I like how this cloud flat is playing this. So that's one way to lock it up. Now let's switch controllers, and I'm gonna show you what Juice was going for in the red zone. And all it is a high point pass. You can throw passes high or low in Madden by hitting L1 or LB. That's gonna throw the pass high. It's called a high point, or if you hold L2 or left trigger, it's going to be a low point pass. So all he was going for is the high point pass over the middle. You want a receiver with, you know, spec catch and high catch in traffic to get something like this. We're just going to high point it and then go up and aggressive catch it. Sometimes you do just get bad animations. Obviously, you saw that from Juice's game. But it's typically a safe throw, even in traffic, just because it's high pointed. You just have that big body go up and get it. That's the pro of it, is it's a simple way to score in the red zone. The cons is it can get tipped up sometimes. I rarely see someone just straight user pick it, but the best way I found to play against it is just user it and just try and swat. Now I think I've user picked, if I can remember, I've user picked one before. I just feel like I get better animations when I try and swat. So Juice, you know where it's coming. Your opponent might get you the first time, but the more you play, you'll know formations that they like to run the post out of. Any post over the middle, they can do this out of. So try and use it and just try and hold SWAT as a high point. That's what you want. You want to just toss it up. Yeah. So it's not unstoppable. And now here's the thing though. So don't user. Maybe user, just bite down with your user. What Juice had was that. You know, he had it open. He didn't need a high pointed. So it's hard because you call the play, and I've done this plenty of times. You're like, oh, I'm about to high point this ninja. He about to be salty. And you like, yeah, and it's open, and then you still high point it, and something like that happens. So just the more you do it, the better you'll get. Have the intentions, but if it's open, just bullet it, and then either go with a normal aggressive catch. You don't have to high point it, or a possession catch it. So those are the two things that I wanted to cover. Flat routes, easy to stop. Close halfback. Well, I've even got tweets like how to stop that. It's not that difficult. That's with no adjustments. Juice, his run D was fine at a nickel already, and so I think he does that. If Trent tries to run this formation again, Trent shouldn't get a first down. He should. So we are back for the second half of play. Now Trent switched it up here, which he might do. Like, he might not run any of this. I mean, we're gonna play this video, or we're gonna play this game before Trent can actually see this episode. But I mean, he knows that Coach Mav is coming. He thought Juice was gonna have a Coach Mav. The game they played here, he didn't know we didn't have time, so he already switched it up from what he did. But all he did here is still something that I've taught him. It's a curl flat. It's super simple. And this is why you got to try and pay attention. So he had a flat route, and then he had a curl. And it's just a high-low read. He was either going to throw here or throw here. Do you know how you can stop that?
Hard flats.
And
Cloud flats.
We just covered it. Same thing. Flip the script, dip the chip, eat this ninja. Pause that. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. So even man coverage can throw him off sometimes. Curls are still going to prosper a little bit though. Now, screen. Again, he switched the formation up on you. You're using over the middle. You got to just kind of zoom out and be able to see that they're gathering for the screen and bite down on it. Especially as much as Trent runs it, you kind of got to be expecting it. Back to the screen, back to the flat. I can't tell if this is a different formation. It probably was, but you see he's still doing the same thing. And then he went back to it. Oh, how is that not a sack fumble though? All right, I'm not mad at that. If David Johnson's gonna, but if you want, you can put a hard flat on that left side to play that a little bit better. But I'm not mad at. He's not gonna live off of that. Now he runs that play action play. It's the PLFA FL slide. So he just fakes it. So on this, he's gonna have the flat. He's gonna have someone come in over here. He's gonna have a deep post right there. And this guy's stock is on an out route. I'm not sure though. Trent might be streaking him. So honestly, you have your cover two. You'll still stop this. I don't know what you were in this play. It looks like you were in like a cover two buster or something, because you should have had a flat here.
Yeah.
So cover two is gonna do fine for you. Next game, screen, but he throws it a flat. Like, look how much Trent eats off of that. All right, there's a play action play we just had. Screen again. You got lucky there, batted that down. I think he misses this, right? He doinks.
Oh, yeah.
He doinks. So then, you got to stop. You're back on offense. He got caught on the user, and he recovered great, but you still almost had this. You should have had it.
On the run.
On the run, man. On the run, Juice. It shouldn't be on the run. You just got to park, throw that. I probably would even throw this with a pass lead down just to keep it from this safety.
Yeah.
So if you pass lead it down, you're looking at the catch circle maybe being around there. Safety can't get over there to make a play. Because you throw it on the run, it sails a little bit, and you got lucky. That could have been a pick city. I know that would have hurt your feelings. But it's little stuff like that loses you the game.
Yeah.
Here. Now, all right, so you got bailed out here. A few things. Now, this is the play that Juice threw the pick on the first time. Now, there's a few things we could have done here. All right, so he's got flat coming out the backfield. Simple rules. Simple rules win. I'm cool if you take that. Because, let me get this off the screen. If you hit that 3, 4, 5, I'm cool with that. He's going to come up and make it. He's in position to come up and make the tackle, but take your 4, 5.
Yeah.
A pop, that's not bad. This corner route that you do end up throwing, it is open early. You just end up throwing it late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you catch him right on the break, you have it. But late, what you would have had is your C route over here. Your C route was about to be butt naked. So, again, it's just more practice. And I've had to work on this a lot this year, because this year is more of a passing game, I feel. You could run more last year. You just got to remind yourself, look at all my reads before I throw. Is this really the best route I should be throwing right now? And you go short? Nope. little bit further. Nope. All right, deep. Nope. All right, throw it away. Or you got McNabb, run. And I'm sure if we go back, you might have had a wide open scrambling lane. So I want the reads here. All right, short, boom, take it. Or if you say no, all right, cool. Nope. You try to go late, it's not here at this point. So I want you to check back over here to triangle, or maybe try to scoot up, you know, in between here and get loose with McNabb. And even that, keep him honest. I wouldn't premeditate a run, but just know that you have it as an option with your quarterback. Then he's got to put up spies and just worry about that killing him. You mix in the run, that was great right there. Now that was actually not holding sprint. You can't do that holding sprint. And then he cut up, perfect. Good run there. Draw. That was actually some good stick there. You probably, yeah, like you could have, I mean, you could argue. I mean, it's so much easier looking at this and with it paused, you know what I mean? But, you know, with him, looks like he's running this way, so maybe you had that. But your decision, I mean, it worked. Cut it up, and then you cut right back. I like that. So we got 2 solid runs. Oh, simple rules. Simple rules. You already see him in the flats. Take your simple rules. Take your first down. But you went over. How he just dropped that, though. So, again, Trent's out of place with the user. I wouldn't even be surprised if Trent was holding pick there and just got no animation. I'm telling you. That's just the stuff that happens. That's why I always swat. That's what you want, though. That's like the kind of animations. If you got a high catch and traffic guy, he'll hold on to that. I throw it to Gronk all the time. I throw it to AJ Green. I throw it to Moss.
I don't have Gronk.
Harrison. Yeah, you ain't got none of them. You got Tim Brown. So that sucks. That's the best you got. And we might want to double check his catch and traffic, but settle for 3. It's not bad though. Like you now you're seeing how bad of a game you played, and you're tied right now. He ran the screen. I think you were clicked on. Yeah, Juice got quick height, so he was on the lineman. Trent thought it wasn't open. I don't know why he didn't just throw the flats. I feel like he just throws the flats too without really making a read. Yeah. So if you have a hard flat, I think you might have a pick 6 one of these times. He got you there. Just a step slow, you know, to get off that strafe. The flats. I probably wouldn't call the cover 2 buster. We did have a game plan for him mixing in the cover 2 buster, but after watching this film back, I just don't think he even needs to mix it in, just because the potential of him getting gashed is too high. The run really wasn't a threat. 4 rushes, 3 yards, yeah. Man, wide open. And again, I think it's because if you think it's the screen, it wasn't the screen. If you just watch him and you see him shooting out, you almost know this is what's coming. If you see him like hold up and gather, then you know, all right, I'm playing the screen. But because he shot out, you should have been following this guy. And if you would have done that, you know, he would have gave that big, you know, he probably just threw the flat, but we know how to stop that now. He makes in the slant there. Not bad. Not mad at that. All right, now you're back on offense. Simple rule. Gucci, it worked there. See, it don't look like it's all that sometimes, you know, but it could turn into a first down. Cash money. Again, I would have been okay with that. Simple rule. Throw that to R1. You waited. Maybe you had square with a pass lead up. Them safeties could have made a play, though. Could have made it tight. This is the time. You even said, I want some speed. I want some mobility. Well, I mean, which way you want?
Right.
Like, you had that. So remember, make your reads. And just because, you know, everything's tight, you don't gotta go for an aggressive catch or force things. I mean, you run there. And that hurt. Minute left in the game, that pretty much does it. You only got 2 timeouts. Trent's trying to run it up, and yeah, this isn't too meaningful. Yeah, Trent's gonna try and run the score up. But I hope you see it, Juice. I hope you guys see it. Honestly, I think Juice knows more, because he didn't been with me. He didn't see me. He didn't edit my videos. I didn't told him a lot. He knows more than Trent. It's just up here because he's getting in the game and he's forgetting everything. So he knows how to stop everything. And just to even back it up, I played Trent right after with the same teams. I was like, Juice, look, man, just look. And Trent couldn't get a first down. It was hard for him to complete a pass. So if he slows down and remembers everything I showed him, matter of fact, I'm going to hop into practice mode, show him one more thing, just to make sure he's prepared for everything. Okay, so one final thing that I don't want to get into too many things when I'm coaching Juice, because it's a lot. And I dig that he's struggling to take everything in. Sometimes he'll learn Thursday and have to play Friday. And that's really not how Madden works. It takes time to get comfortable with stuff. But here's one more adjustment for him to practice until the next game, and for you to practice. I've gotten tweets about how do you stop crossing routes. The big thing this year is called cross manning. And it's actually, it's worked for, this isn't the first year it's worked, but it's like a thing this year. You can man up somebody from the opposite side of the screen, and that will help slow down the crossing routes. Depending on the agility and speed of your defender and the speed, of the person running the route, it might not, they might eventually break free, but it really helps cut down on that stuff. So let's say we have John Brown, right? Triangle running the slant. One thing you could do is you can go over to Graham and manually, go to him, hit X up on the right stick, and then select triangle. That will man him up. Or if we don't want to leave our user, which is really big now that a lot more cards are coming out with the identifier, you don't want to give your adjustments away. Remember, you just hit L1 twice. That'll bring up all your alignment, hit circle, then it's up on the right stick, and then triangle. And we did that without moving. So now, and let's go to a zone. Just to demonstrate it, let me try and blitz these guys. Of course, if I just have cover 2 and I have enough zones in the area, they'll kind of distract it, but we want to just show you this. Hopefully get enough time to demonstrate this for you. So you see how triangle is locked up on the crossing route. Obviously I blitzed the linebacker, so he was open early here maybe, but I just wanted to show you how when he catches up here, triangle's there to make the play. Now this is enough to lock this up, but you see how he's starting to pull away here. And so you'll come across people that run so many different crossing routes. So sometimes you might see someone's defense. Honestly, it might look like, and then we might use her here and do that. So someone's defense might look like that. And let me go to zone first. So they might have cloud flats on the outside to stop C routes or something, which are really great routes. I love cloud flats. And then maybe they man up here, and then they want to man up here, and they man up here. So their defense looks like that, which might look like what the fluff, but they know if a corner route goes, they got the cloud flats. They know if it's a flat route that they throw, they'll come up and make the tackle. If they run any kind of C routes, they got cloud flats out there. They're going to use the middle to maybe, stunt on a slant here or there, and then drop back to take away any posts. So now when we run the slants play, and maybe we'll streak X, and we'll say that's the person I want to use her. But we'll look at the slants. The slants I can't really throw because the cross manning takes effect. So obviously what I just did is maybe a little bit above average, like higher level. But like, look at these slants. Like when would you throw one of them? Yeah, and what it does is it really confuses people, because when you snap the ball, they're like, okay, zone, wait, what, sack, and especially if you can send a blitz with it. So Juice knows a blitz. I'm not going to share that blitz here, but Juice, just for you, maybe let's do something a little bit more practical for Juice. For
his halfback wheel play, when he puts that on a slant, if I send a blitz and man up the guy on this side,
then it's locked up, ninja. Then it's locked up. So here's just a quick example of like the cross manning with Juice using his heat as a little bit of a higher level, not the quickest setups, but you can all do it with the quick adjustments. And honestly, it could be done before the line even gets to the offense gets to the line of scrimmage. It's just going to take practice, and Juice might not be there yet, but he can have a blitz come and stop this slant that we talked about. We see a lot of things going on here. So we see the cloud flat just to stop the corner route. If he wants to throw to the hard flat, that guy will come up and make a tackle. But we already know with the adjustments too, we could put someone in a hard flat too. We're just trying to do simple but still effective adjustments. And if we're worried about the slant that Trent might mix in every now and then, or any other opponent, all right, we have some cross manning in effect. So as soon as he gets over here, he's locked up. And then Juice is using over the middle. In this instance, he's going to play the post, but even all of that, like, there's not much time. If we come back over here, we have a cloud flat over here, so we're coming up making plays, but all these decisions have to be made quickly because there's also a blitz coming. And so at a higher level, this is what you want your game to look like. On my good day, I be making stuff like this happen. Y'all see the videos. Sometimes, you know, I get dotted. It's not easy to pick up on your opponent's tendencies, but for Juice, he gets to see a lot of the same stuff over and over again. And for you guys, the more you play and the more times you go against certain formations, you'll have your adjustments down like that. Some formations that people run on offense, I'm like, I didn't see this so many times. I know a corner route's coming. I know a C route's coming. That's why I look cool when I call it out before I make the pick, but it's because I've seen it so many times. So don't be too hard on yourself if you're new, but I hope all of these adjustments help. You guys learned how to stop the flats. Don't tweet me and say, Mav, how the fluff do I stop flats? I'm going to link you. I'm gonna retweet you so someone else can link you to this video. You know how to do the hards, the cloud flats. You know about the post over the middle for the red zone. And I hope you just got a better mindset. We showed you the quick adjustments, the cross manning. Any questions, Juice?
I'm good, man.
Do you feel prepared?
I feel a lot better about myself.
Dude,
I do. I honestly do feel better about myself.
I swear, I feel like just watching that back should be enough for Juice, because I don't really need to show him much different. I showed him some stuff on offense that I think is going to help him. And yeah, like if he ends up with another Coach Mav, we'll address some of that in practice mode too. I just don't want this to be too long. But yeah, if Trent can't score, Juice gets 3, I'm fine with that. I don't think Trent should score. I'll give Trent maybe 7 points if Juice is just playing bad. But he shouldn't have more than 7. Either 2 field goals or maybe 1 touchdown if Juice is just tripping. But you should be able to put up more than 7 and win this game easily. So I hope you guys are excited. Make sure you tune in. Team Juice. I'm officially got my Team Juice hat on right now. Got my hoodie. Because if I lose, that's the second Coach Mav L, and that's never happened. And I can't have that on my watch. Appreciate y'all. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the support. If you learned something, let me know in the comment section. Send your boy a tweet. Until next time, God first. God bless. What up, y'all? Make sure you guys check out our daily vlog channel. If you like this clip, the link to subscribe is down in the description. This is also the place where we post our non-sports related challenges. So it's definitely a place you want to be subscribed if you want to be in the loop with all things Maverick fam.
Justice ate a spider. He clutched it out though. I was proud of him. They were smaller than we expected them to be.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out.
Got that hurt, but can't chase me.
Wait, don't hurt yourself. Wait.
Let go of the door, Dion.
R.I.P. This ninja move like lightning, bro. What the heck?
The door, Dion.
He going to the closet next.
Get off the door.
Huh?
Get my gun!
Why?
Shoot her in the foot!